Start.
Sure.
All right. Our guest will join us soon.
hmm
How did we meet our guest?
Um, we went to Africa this past summer for a special convention, and we met Kelsey and Bo. They're from Minnesota. We met them there.
Mhm. And it was one of those things where you see people like at the hotel and then you do activities together and you see them there and then you kind of like make eyes like we might be friends. And then that's the way it worked out. You find yourself on a bus next to them, you chat, and then it's like, you want to go have dinner and hang out, and then we had more fun like later on after the weekend. And then it was like, do you guys want to come to New York? And so they did that. So we've gotten a good chance to spend time with them. And I'm sure there's more trips to come in the future. But yeah.
Yeah, they're super fun. It was a cool, unexpected um, blessing, I guess, of that trip because we went alone.
Mhm.
Uh, we didn't really know many other people that were going. We didn't know anybody that was staying at the same hotel we were staying at.
Yeah.
Um, and even our activity, we only had the one activity, which was the rhino
Mhm.
conservation. And we didn't know anyone going to that either. So it was a lot of like just meeting new people and um, peopling, socializing. And so, yeah, it was cool to cross paths with Bo and Kelsey and a couple other people that were staying in our hotel that we really clicked with. Um, and to like, I just didn't think we would meet people that would be in our lives moving
Yeah.
forward. So, uh, yeah, super cool.
What do you think it is that makes it different? Because you meet a lot of people when you travel, especially when you go to something like that, and you're meeting a lot of people that are like-minded or have the same kind of life, life, I
Yeah.
guess. But when you meet certain people, what is it that like, oh, we're gonna stay in touch or we're gonna be friends?
Well, with Kelsey, I feel like we're slightly the same person.
Yeah.
I wish she was here because she would be laughing.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it was weird. Like I didn't really recognize that until they came to New York, but we just anytime we're talking about something that is
Mm-hmm.
like about our feelings on things or like a frustration or like our interests, it's like we are literally on the same page.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
evident
yeah,
when they were here.
yeah. Um, so I think like at least without consciously doing this, um, I was like looking for a comfort zone. I wasn't thinking this when we were there, but I realized it after, and Kelsey and I had talked about it. Like you go into this situation that is completely out of your comfort zone, and it's so fun and exciting,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel energized by it, but it's still really exhausting.
Yeah.
And for an introvert like me, it takes a lot of energy to do it. And so I think as soon as we met Bo and Kelsey and we just instantly felt comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like found my comfort zone. Um, and then we ended up hanging out with them the rest of the week. But it still was so fun and exciting because we're like sharing the same experiences. Um, and I think it's anything that you're doing like that. Like we experienced this with disaster relief when you're bonding over something that's unique and special.
Mm-hmm.
It really is bonding. Like you, I feel like that's such a unique way to get to know someone. And and if you do get along and like click, then yeah, they become friends for life.
Yeah. And I do think, especially during like the convention or the long days, you'll get back to the hotel and you're in an area like Harare where it's not like you feel comfortable just like wandering the streets. So you're tired, but you get back and you still need to eat and you want to like be a part of things. to have a couple like that you meet that's in your hotel that you can kind of let loose, like relax a little bit, but still be socializing a little
Yeah.
bit is nice after long days.
Yeah. Which we didn't do something every night. Like we needed that downtime too, but just, yeah, to have that where we knew if we were going to do something,
Yeah.
it could still be chill and easy
Yeah.
and didn't take like a whole lot of extra
Yeah.
effort. So, yeah, they were pretty special. That trip was pretty awesome. And then
Yeah.
since then getting to know them even more.
And we had a couple of
Um,
mutual acquaintances or friends that we kind of pieced together.
mhm.
But yeah, just meeting people in a few days, realizing because we met them probably like what Tuesday or Wednesday, and the last night that we had with them was Sunday.
Mhm.
It's quick, fast friends.
Mhm.
Name
Yeah.
of the episode:
Fast friends.
Fast Friends. Cool.
Speaking of,
Speaking of fast friend,
she came and went.
I knew I don't know her so well, obviously, because we're fast friends, but I knew she would log in at
At
exactly 6:30.
Turn your
If I
video
said
on, girl.
6:30, I knew Kelsey was gonna log in 6:30 on the dot.
Type A, Jake.
Type
Type
A.
A.
It's so good to see you guys.
Good to
You
see
too.
you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. It's
Yeah.
been good. It's finally warming up here, so that's nice.
Hmm.
But yeah, just loving the spring, sunshine. How about you guys?
Same.
Yeah.
Starting to warm up. It's a nice day today.
Yeah.
The weather looks good in the next week or so. So
We did a little intro before you came on,
yeah.
so the
Okay.
audience knows who you are and how we met.
Oh,
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah,
Okay. Love that.
but you are in Minnesota, so it was a rough
Yes.
Minnesotan winter, right?
Yes, it usually is. It's very up and down the last few years too. Like sometimes we won't have snow until January. It's just bizarre. So, but
Yeah.
I think that's how it is everywhere. It's not normal anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we had some like really hot weather in March, April, and then it would just dive down and get really cold. So
Yeah.
hopefully we're on the up and up because
Yeah.
I'm kind of over it. I'm ready for the sun.
Same. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. My friend was sending me recipes for like cold, hot things. And I was like, I can't make a pot of beans.
No.
That just sounds like a fall winter thing. And she's like,
Yes.
is it warm there? Is it hot there? I'm like, no, but I just mentally, I'm so ready for summer that I can't
Same.
make myself make like cold weather food.
I'm
But
right there with you.
yeah,
It means I don't have to drink or eat soup for a
that's true.
few months. It's good.
It's not soup
Yeah.
season.
Yes.
So we were saying we met in Zimbabwe, and that was a very unique, cool experience. What was your take
Yeah.
on all of that?
Yeah, I feel like, well, for one, that trip was probably one of our favorite trips we've ever taken. I mean, it's hard to compare anything else to it. It was just such a unique experience. So, yeah, I feel like it was probably our favorite trip. And then I don't know, I just think there was so much to learn from it. Like, I think we talked about it a little bit after. There was so much to process.
Hmm.
Just almost like the outpouring of love just from the friends was like unreal,
Hmm.
hard to put into words. Um, but then the experiences, like where else are you gonna experience a safari and see that, see animals in the wild like that? And you almost have to pinch yourself. It just does not seem like a true, real experience. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, there were so many highlights. I mean, I think were we gone the same amount of time? Was it a month?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot happened in that month.
I know.
Yeah.
And it happened so fast, like you just said, like it took forever to I feel like I still haven't fully processed because then when we got home, life just went back into crazy, like
Yep.
normal busy. And yeah, it was like every once in a while I'd be like, did we really just do that? Like, were we really just on safari, like watching lions eat a giraffe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
Like
seemed crazy.
sometimes it feels like that when you go to Florida for a week. Like you just get home and you sit on your bed and you're like, was I just gone? But then multiply it by so much more when you're like you were in Cape Town with penguins, and then like a day later you're back on your bed and you're just like,
Yeah,
did that happen?
it's true.
Yes. It's just so unique to like any experience I think we've ever had. And we
Hmm.
love traveling and new experiences. But yeah, I think we came back. Well, for one, we weren't ready to come back. I remember at the end we were talking about it, and Bo was like, I don't really want to go home. Like, me
Yeah,
either. So that's a good sign. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's like, okay, we're in it. We're loving this experience. But yeah, it is. Once you get back home and you get back to reality, I remember constantly telling myself, like, don't forget. Let's not forget what we just experienced and how we felt. And
Yeah.
because, yeah, there's not really, it's hard to put it into words.
Hmm.
yeah,
We agree.
agree.
Did you have a favorite experience from your trip or like highlight?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I don't think much can compare to from like animals and experience type thing. The Chobe River was like so unique because it was very rugged. All the animals we saw, like leopards multiple times, and a lot of elephants, and being on the river and seeing it all together because they all go down to the same watering hole was really really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that was a unique situation. I'm
Yeah,
glad that because we hadn't planned to do that until
Mhm.
after we talked to you guys, and I'm so glad we did because we didn't see anything like that in our previous safari, which we loved our other safari, but this was like so unique because, like you said, it brings them all together
Yeah.
yeah,
and you see so much in just a small amount of space. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
yeah, that was cool. How
yeah,
about you, Chels?
Yeah, I don't know. It's too hard to, I think everything was so unique. I do love, so convention week was so special, obviously, um, and felt like its own thing. And then like meeting the friends that we met, you guys and Justin and
Cameron and
even,
Chelsea.
yeah, Cameron and Chelsea and even like from our friends from South Africa. I don't know, just that was really, really special. And then going to Botswana and doing that, and that was just Jake and I. So that felt like coming off such like a busy, crazy uh, week of peopling, and then to just have the two of us, and then to experience safari and like do these things that we've never done before. Um, Felt really special too. Like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness, I didn't even, I couldn't even think like if someone said, "What do you picture safari to be like?" I never would have pictured it that like that. Like
Yeah.
on a river, literally looking at hundreds of animals, like
yeah,
as far as the eye can see. Like I don't think I could have even thought that up. So that was just so cool. And then yeah, and then going to South Africa and meeting up with Tia and Ashlyn. Um, it felt like three separate trips,
yeah,
like three very different, unique, cool things that we did.
yeah,
Um, and and all of it was special. So I don't know that I can pick like absolute favorite. We both love animals, so I think
Mhm.
animals will always be a highlight. And getting to interact with that elephant was again something that think would I didn't think that would happen. Like I thought you go to a place specifically to do that, and I knew we weren't doing that. So when it happened, it just like my mind was blown. Like
yeah.
I can't believe we get to do this. And then we got back in the truck and drove to have lunch, and I sat down and I just started crying because I was like, I can't believe we just got to like pet an elephant, a gigantic elephant.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's where it's like you can plan stuff, but then things just happen that are amazing that
yeah,
you can't like quantify and like oh, we're gonna go to this place and then we're gonna do this. It's like we're gonna go to this place and see what happens, and then something amazing happens, and it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys usually travel just the two of you, or do you typically travel with friends?
Both.
Yeah, I don't think
A
we
little
really
both.
have like a set
Yeah.
thing. We like to travel alone, like we do well, just the two of us. But then there's other trips that are fun, like with a group or just like another couple.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think we're pretty across the board.
Yeah. We kind of like it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's us too. I feel like we usually end up traveling with friends or family.
Mhm.
But I do think like signing up for the convention, just the two of us, and then having this experience was like so cool, so special. You
Yeah.
just cherish every second. And yeah, I'm glad. I was really glad in the end that we did get to experience a lot of those things, just the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also like kind of forced us to, well, especially the convention week. I'm like, we are making friends. Like when we met
Mhm.
you guys, and like it forces you out of your comfort zone
Yes.
Yeah.
and puts you like in this situation where we're all in the same situation. Nobody really knows each other. So I think that was probably one of my favorite highlights too, because we normally have like a friend with us or another couple. So that was probably like of Zimbabwe, one of my favorite things was
Yeah.
just meeting
Yeah.
all the people, like you said. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. And I was saying before you logged on that like I found my comfort zone in you guys, which we had talked about before. So yeah, it kind of like you go into it feeling like we don't know anyone. How is this going to go? Like we have each other, obviously, and it will be fun. But
Yeah.
um, but if you travel with a group, that those are your people. And so for me personally, I'm less inclined to put myself out there if I know that I have my little group that I can like rely on. But then I kind of found that
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
inadvertently in you. And then I was like, okay, these are my friends.
Yep. I know. I loved that. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, we became each other's comfort zones. And then when Bo first saw Jake, it was just love at first beard sighting. He was like, that beard is goals. I need to meet this guy.
Yeah.
That's
So it
fun.
worked out well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The amount of times that Jake gets complimented on his beard
I
everywhere we go.
know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird to look back at the pictures not having a beard? You're just like, who is that
Yeah,
person?
it
I
looks
don't.
weird. And
Yeah.
now it's been long enough for it. You can kind of like place a date. It's been at least, 2 years or at least 3 years now. And
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
like pre-beard, post-beard
yeah,
for sure.
timeline.
I know.
yeah. So part of also why we wanted to talk to you was you kind of have a cool job and you got into it in an interesting way. So what do you do and like how did you start doing it?
Yeah. Um, well, I think I'm trying to pinpoint the date. I think it was 2024, beginning of 2024 when I started this job, but just a little context. I was working in healthcare for almost 12 years, and that was just working through COVID with that was rough, and so I was definitely burnt out. So I started looking for something different and had met a few different sisters that had done copywriting. So I dug into that, started taking classes, which if for those listening, if you don't know what that is, that's basically like a combo of marketing, mixing marketing with writing. So it's like persuasive writing to reach a specific target audience. So I started taking classes for that. And with the hopes of just quitting in January of 2024. So, and Bo too was like 100% behind this because he's like, I don't know why you stay at a job you don't like, but I felt very comfortable and safe. So, I had stayed for probably longer than I should, but yeah. So I started copywriting, and then kind of around the same time, I mean, I was taking whatever I could get for work, but I wanted a specific, I don't know, I just wanted something that I was interested in to write about rather than just random different businesses and topics. So I previously I had thought about this with Airbnbs and vacation rentals because I felt like we had been to vacation rentals that we just, I don't know, like they just didn't do themselves justice in their listings. We had one specifically in Thailand that we booked just because of location, but honestly, it didn't look that great. And when we got there, it was beautiful. And I was like, they need updated pictures, they need all of this. So I had thought back to that when I was copywriting, and I'm like, okay, I feel like there's a need
Mhm.
here for sure. And looking on Airbnb, I mean, you've probably seen it too.
Mhm.
Like
For
sometimes
sure.
you're just like, ooh, they need help.
Yeah.
So decided to start targeting Airbnbs, vacation rentals. I also do some real estate like shoots too, but it turned into t doing like photography and videography for vacation rentals. So basically, I get to go there, stay there, take photos, videos, whatever they need, and then pretty much give them the all of the content. And yeah, it is fun. It's like you get to stay a lot of different places and see a lot of different areas. So mostly just I've just done the Midwest, so Minnesota and Wisconsin. But
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did
yeah,
you, um, so you're not really copywriting for any of these
not
places. You're just taking videos
really.
and pic. Okay. So
Yeah,
did you feel for actually first with copywriting, what was the process of like getting into that? Like, did you have to go to
yeah.
school for it? Did you have to like reach out to find your own clients? How did that work?
Yeah, so for that, it was I took online classes within like the year before I quit working in healthcare. I was doing online classes for that. And then I helped a friend. She had a small business and she's like, "Can you help me with my website and email campaigns and stuff?" So I got to kind of test it out there too. But most of my work was word of mouth, just with the friends. I just kind of spread the word. Or it was like pitching emails. So I would like reach out through an email and, look for a need for a business, try to provide them with a solution.
Hmm.
So it started out with that, and I still do some copywriting now, but I would say with AI, it's not something that I don't know. I don't think it's something that's going to last. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people use AI.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was kind of good to get into the photography and videography side because, yeah, that's something that at least at this point isn't being taken over by AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was video and photography something you already were like into, like on your own?
Yeah, so basically since we've been married, I mean, I've always loved photos.
Hmm.
Bo has been into videography forever. Him and his brother and friends would make videos growing up, and so we kind of started, and we still actually do it together. Like he'll come with me and stay with me and help me out. So I've learned a ton from him.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's like the biggest creativity cheerleader. So
Hmm.
when I was thinking about quitting my job, he's like, "Yes, yes, yes, do it. Like I'll help you, I'll back you up." So I learned a lot from him, but my brother's also like just a phenomenal photographer, like wildlife. He does weddings.
Hmm.
So I feel like I've been surrounded by it, which has helped, but we've always done our own videos and photos for like trips, things like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, we really enjoy doing it. So it just felt kind of like a natural transition.
Yeah. So did you do the same thing? You pitched to Airbnbs and like, did you go on Airbnb and find places that you thought could have better
Yeah,
pictures?
some
Are
of
you
them I
like,
would.
hey,
Your listing isn't so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make
Yeah.
it better? Like, how did
Put it
that work?
into put it into chat and be like, "Can you please write this in a kind but direct way?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So it's a lot of research. So I would spend like a day making a huge list of Airbnbs. But yeah, you're reaching out in like the kindest way, but also like trying to provide like fill a need for them.
Mhm.
And what it was interesting. So I expected, because I think of all the junk emails that I get, all the things I ignore, but I was surprised at how many emailed me back. So that did like totally take me by surprise. They would email me back, even if they weren't interested at that time, they would say something back or be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, eventually we do," or like, "We don't have the budget for it right now, but we do. When we do, we want to reach out to you." So, and some of them to start, I just would do as a swap. So like we
Mhm.
would get to stay for free. I would give them so many photos and videos for their use.
Yeah.
And yeah, we would just swap. So it wasn't paid, but yeah, it started to transition where they were paid collaborations and yeah, it's just been really fun. I've got to work with some really cool places that have continued to use me regularly And it's so fun to work with business owners like that, hosts
Mhm.
especially,
Yeah.
because I mean, not all of them on Airbnb are like all about the hospitality business. Maybe it's just like an added income for them, but the ones that I've worked with repeatedly, it's like their blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this and they love it so much.
Mhm.
So I think that part is kind of fun, getting to meet them and understand like why did you get into this business and what keeps you going. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
How did you pitch yourself? Like, because when you first started, you didn't have like a portfolio to show them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. One thing that helped was there was a family that was putting their home on Airbnb. And so they just asked, they're like, if you want, you can like use our home, you can stay with friends. So we did like a fun weekend there, but I took a ton of pictures there. So I kind of built my portfolio with that and then just previous cabin trips
mm,
because I feel like we have a ton of photos of everything.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
I built a tiny portfolio and
cool.
just used that as like a link, would send it to them, just so I had something for them to look at. But yeah, it took a little bit to like build that up and help them see that I was like a credible source. So
Yeah,
so yeah, that was helpful.
yeah. And then did you like chat like how much to charge? How did you figure all of that out?
Yes, yeah, chat, I feel like I ask chat everything now.
Mhm.
Even though chat took my other job, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
He owes you.
I still do. I mean, I still ask chat like, how much should I charge for this? This is, this is where I live because obviously it's can be based on area too.
Mhm.
And yeah, so just basically asking, this is what I'm going to provide. How much should I charge for
Mhm.
this? So that's super helpful so far. I feel like it's been pretty accurate and yeah, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I had recently someone reach out and ask if I could help them set up their Flowdesk emails. Um, because I've done that in the past for
Mhm.
Crystal. And so this was like my first like separate client. And I felt a little bit like I don't really like I know what I'm doing because I've done it, but I still
Mhm.
felt like a bit of an imposter or something. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then I asked Chat GPT, I think because I'd never done it before. I never worked stuff and like Crystal and I work really well together and it's just so easy. Um, that this felt like a separate, like a new, completely separate thing that was out of my ballpark. Like this isn't what
Mhm.
I normally do. But so I asked ChatGPT and it told me the price. Actually, I think I said, is this a good price? Like for what she was asking.
Mhm.
And it was like, no, you're too low. You need to be asking this. And I basically went back and forth with chat, like, I'm not really comfortable with that. And I don't like know her, so I don't know what her budget is. So like it was super helpful to get like this is what you can say, these are the questions you can ask. This is what like fair market price is, but if you feel like because this is your first client separate from the original, like if you feel like that's too much, then this would be reasonable, but you don't want to like what's the word?
Shortchange yourself.
Shortchange yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was super helpful to have that as a resource,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm sure people are doing that every single day. But it was the first time that I had done it for like a business thing. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this was,
I use it a lot for like bids, but it's like I already know where I want to kind of be. I know what I think it's probably going to cost, but it just like cuts down the process a little bit. I can put in the
Mhm.
square footage and it tells me, this is how much square footage the walls are going to be for paint or for the flooring. It just makes it's like a shorthand for numbers and all that. So it's nice just to use it as a resource that way.
yeah, it's almost like a smarter calculator.
Yeah, like a really good calculator.
Yeah. I love it. I know I feel like both Bo and I use it all the time,
Mhm.
especially too for, yeah, business stuff like
Yeah.
responding to emails. I'll just be like, okay, write it in this tone. So that's why copywriters are going out of business is
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or I'll
because
just
it
like write the
can.
whole email and then I'll say, can you clean it up? Because I know I have a bunch of errors and stuff. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is super helpful. We should talk for a second about, because Chelsea, you talked about imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
why? It's like,
I
why do we
know.
second guess something that we do? I don't know. That was one thing I was thinking about before coming on tonight. I'm
Hmm.
like, that has been a huge part of this transition for me, at least, is I went from a job that was so monotonous. I was having the same conversations with patients every single day to a creative job, but I question like my creativity every single day.
Hmm.
Like it's so weird why I don't know. I mean, obviously everyone probably has a reason that that happens, but I can't pinpoint a reason. I think I just told myself one day like you're not super creative, and then I believed it for so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we need to get over that hump. Like
Yeah. Do you feel like
it's
this job is helping you do that?
yeah, it is. I still feel like I have moments where it's like, someone will hire me to do something. I'm like, are you sure? Like in my mind, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
do I know what I'm doing? And then
Yeah.
it's like, well, obviously, if they want to hire me to do this, they think I know what I'm doing. So
Right.
yeah, it is. It's definitely helped, but I've never dealt with imposter syndrome as much as I have since I started this.
Yeah.
It's because I think it was kind of out of sight, out of mind with my last job. So
Right.
yeah.
Did you go to school for your last job?
Yep.
So you probably felt like going into it like you had qualifications. Where I
Hmm.
think with like a creative job, it's really just, I mean, you can go to art school, I guess, but like
Yeah.
most people, I think doing jobs like that are not, maybe they
Hmm.
went to photography school, maybe, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
like for me, like if I taught myself how to do something and then someone wants to pay me to do it, I'm like, I mean, I don't know all the tricks of the trade. Like we were talking with Cameron, Chelsea and Cameron, because he's a professional painter. Bo is a professional painter.
Yep.
And Jake, I do a lot of painting for Jake. So technically,
You are professional.
I'm a
She's a
professional
painter.
painter, but I would never call myself a professional painter because I
Hmm.
really truly I've never worked with like people who paint
Hmm.
and that's not true. I have like here and there, but I don't know all the tricks of the trade. I don't like I would actually be embarrassed if I went and worked with Bo because I feel like he would be watching me like you don't really know what you're doing. Like that's how I feel. And I think it's because I didn't receive like formal training.
Hmm.
So I think that's where mine kind of comes from is like because I'm self-taught in so many things that I do now for work, how do I charge for that? Like how do I tell someone, "Oh yeah, I totally know what I'm doing," when I
Hmm.
don't really feel it like I do.
I think
Yeah.
that's also, um, I mean, if you trained under painters for a long time, you would get quicker or learn tricks, but you kind of just have to have an eye for it. Like when I paint, I'm just like, this looks so bad. And then I know if Chelsea paints it, it's just a basic concept, like make sure the lines are straight and the color's full. And for
Yep.
me, that's really hard. And for her, it's like she can do it. So you can learn shortcuts, but you either like photography or what Chelsea does with like blogs and stuff. It's like you can like technically know how to do it or maybe improve on like your method, but like you either have an eye for like creativity or you're just not. So you could go to school forever and not pick up what you know and what you know just by having it naturally and having an eye for it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I think the difference is like doing those things feels like for instance, building that website that I built, I didn't know what I was doing and it just felt fun and it wasn't something I was getting paid to do. So it was like
Yes.
satisfying a creative need and I really loved the process of it. But after doing one of those, I wouldn't think, oh, now I can go build a business off of this and have people pay me to do this for them. Like that's not
Yes.
where my brain goes. So with creative things, even painting, because growing up, I always loved painting. And of all the trades in construction, painting is the one I've done the most, and it's the one I'm most confident and comfortable in. Yet I still think, why would someone pay me to do this?
Mm.
So like anything that I think I truly enjoy that kind of is more creative, I just my brain doesn't go to get paid for it. My brain goes to like this is just a personal thing that like makes me feel good and makes me happy.
Which is such an artist thing. I just do it
Yes. That
for the
is
way it makes
spoken.
me
No,
feel. And they're like, make money. And you're like, no, it's not about the money.
Spoken like a
Okay,
true
but
artist.
I didn't mean to sound I didn't mean to
No,
sound like
I know.
that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just.
Um, I do think though, because Jake has talked about this even with construction and carpentry, like he has a lot of experience and he's very skilled.
Mhm.
But growing like he did um residential for most of our like marriage. Most of what he's done since we've been married has been residential. And then a few years ago, he started getting commercial jobs. And he had that same feeling of like, okay, commercial is a completely different beast. And I don't know that I am qualified to take on that kind of job. But he was, and he did a fantastic job. Like our first one that we got was actually pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And
Went good.
yeah, and it went really well. And like they were super happy. And I think you do like build confidence as you go, as you put yourself out there and um you see like, okay, I am capable of doing this. But
But even in construction, you have to kind of be like, yeah, I can do it, and be like, I don't know how to do
but
You
you
learn
always figure
as
it
you go.
out.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with what creativity or creative stuff too. But on top of creative stuff, there's figuring it out, but there's also just it has to look good and it has to be like quality. And that you can't really train very well. You have to just kind of have it
Mhm.
or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think a big part of it too is I tend to be a perfectionist. So I had to like tell myself creativity means like failure is okay. You're gonna fail
Mhm.
sometimes. You're not gonna know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it took me a little bit to like settle into that because it felt so uncomfortable because I'm like, well, I've always known how to do my last job and I was good at it and like I don't know. This was just uncharted territory. And it was the same. Like sometimes people would ask me to do something that I was like, sure, I'll do it. And then I'm like, why did I say yes?
Yeah.
I have no clue what I'm doing. But I think because failure was not in my vocabulary. So I was like, okay, it's okay to fail sometimes or to have to like restart or, start from scratch. But it just took a while for that to settle in. And like I said, I hadn't done a creative job in, I mean, ever really.
Yeah.
So it just was like a whole learning curve that I did not expect in doing this. So, but it's been good. Like I feel like there's a lot of growth since then, but yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know. So, have you done a job with copywriting or photos and videos where you walked away and you thought you failed?
I feel like not during or not at the end, but I feel like during the process of it, it was like,
Oh.
this is not good. Or I'd sit down because with copywriting, I have to be like in the right
Mhm.
headspace. I have to, I don't know, just writing in general, even if I'm writing a talk, like if I'm not in the right headspace, I just cannot get any pen to paper. It just doesn't flow.
Yeah.
So I feel like during the process, it felt that way. But at the end, I think feedback is my biggest,
Mm,
biggest motivator,
mm,
probably for most people. So yeah, hearing the feedback of, how much they loved it or like that always went well.
mhm.
So I don't know where in my brain I'm like, okay, I might fail. I might fail. It's just like that hump you have to get over and just be like, okay, but that's part of the process, even if you do.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's what you learn from.
failure to you in those moments looks like in the process, I'm not doing well. This isn't turning out how I would like it. Does that mean you then pivot so that the product that you turn over to the brand or whoever you're working for, the customer, the client, like do you feel like you failed and then you would just like do it over again and then you would give them something that you actually felt proud of?
Yeah, I do feel like I would do that. A lot of times I just have to walk away for a little bit and come back and just be like, okay, we're gonna try this angle instead.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like there's never been a project that I feel like the person in the end is like, this was not good. Like it's
Yeah.
always
Okay.
been a good turnout.
Yeah.
I think it's a uh self-critical maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's just not to my
Right.
level of what I expect it should be.
Yeah.
But when in reality the client is super happy in the end. So you're like, okay. You
Yeah,
did.
like why did I put myself through that? And
Mhm.
that is interesting because that's very like I typically go into something that I have never done before without fear because I have no expectation for myself.
Okay.
So I view it as like, oh, this is fun. I get to learn something new.
Mm,
And then
Mhm.
the end product, now this is not being paid for it. So that's why I
yeah.
think like maybe I would be the way you are if I'm being asked to get, if I'm asking for money. But like, I don't, I feel like then the end product, whether it turned out well or not, doesn't really matter
Mhm.
because nobody expects me to have nailed it the first time.
Yep.
So I almost feel like I do better in the first phase of something new. Like
Okay.
going and doing disaster relief and getting up on a roof and like watching, like no explanation. I had no idea how to put a roof on. I had no idea how to tear a roof off. And nobody trained me. They
Mhm.
just threw me up on the roof and it was like,
Yeah,
all
we did.
right.
We were like, get that shovel and go over there and then take the roof off.
Yeah.
She was like, but how? And you're like, just shovel it off.
I mean, I learned just by watching everyone and it didn't,
Yep.
and but I wasn't stressed about it because I felt like, well, I've never done this, so I can't. No one's looking at me like, wow, I can't believe that girl doesn't know what she's doing because I've never
Yeah.
done it. And if they are looking at me that way, I say, oh, I've never done this before, and then it's like, oh, okay. Where I feel like
True.
now, if I were to go and do that again, I would probably feel like, okay, I've done this before. How do you do this? Like, I'd feel a little
Mhm.
more stressed about it and have higher expectations for myself. And then if I messed up, would be like disappointed in myself because
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yes.
So
But do you think like every contractor that I know that's kind of bad is very confident? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, is the thing where even 20 years in, I'm like, what am I doing? Is that helping me not like
be a jerk.
be a jerk or overextend myself? Or like, I feel like every day, every time like I start a new job, I'll rip out a bunch of stuff. And then I'm like every time I do a front door, there's a moment where I've walked into someone's house, ripped out their front door, put a big hole in their house. And then there's that moment where you're like, I have to like, if anything goes wrong, it's not good. So it's like some guys would just be like, yeah, no problem. But then there's a lot of
Mhm.
mistakes or you overcommit where if you're always kind of stressed out, feeling like you're sort of imposter,
Mhm.
probably keeps you doing good work, right?
I do feel like there's a level of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's like you don't want to, you want to be over, or you want to be confident in your skills and like how you present yourself, but then you don't want to be too confident too at the same time. So I think there's like a healthy level of it, but
Mhm.
I don't know how to pinpoint that
Yeah.
always.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I do think it's good, like to have a little bit of stress, like, okay, I got to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, not too much overconfidence for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably just finding that balance for yourself, like where you
Mhm.
feel you don't go into everything feeling so stressed out because you don't know if you can do it or not, but also not so like, oh, I got, because anytime I go into something thinking I've got it, I don't. Like, something happens where
It's
it like
true.
completely humbles me and I'm reminded like, oh yeah, I'm not. And it's good. Like it keeps
Yep.
you
Mm.
grounded and
Yep.
humble.
That's
Not
right.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How do you feel like with what you're doing now, you feel like you got to a place with it where you'll keep going with it, or do you feel like you're seeing ways to expand what you do now that you're in these houses? Like, are you seeing like, oh, I could help them with something else with their property?
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, I think it will probably stay the same, but I love like some of the hosts that I work with are very like they want constructive criticism. They want to know what are we missing? What because
Mm.
you know we're staying there too, so we are living in it to see like okay, what is this like? What are they missing in the kitchen? What things could we suggest? That part is really fun because I feel like it takes it to just another level of like helping them because that's I think that's the funnest part is being able to work with them and help them improve what they do because I think that I mean I what it boils down to is people typically book Airbnbs or vacation rentals out of an emotion, like it's an emotional investment.
Hmm.
Sometimes it is like business, or sometimes it's just we got to find something close to this place.
Hmm.
But most of the time, it's like they are going there to make memories. Like it's one of those investments. So I think that's why I love it so much because I want them to succeed and I want them to have guests want to come back again and again. And so that part of it I really love when I get to work with them on like an added level like that. Um, but yeah, I think it's one of those jobs too where I could go just all in with it and spend a lot of time doing it, but it's like a trying to keep it balanced with life in general. So I find myself doing that where I'll be like super into it and I'm like, okay, I gotta step back a little bit
Hmm.
because it is fun. And when it's fun, you want to do it all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that part's a little bit tricky. I mean, it's just trying to find the balance, but yeah, for the most part, it'll probably be pretty consistent with what I do. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Do you have any like advice you would give for how to get started on something since you pivoted so drastically from
Yeah,
what you were doing to what you're doing now? So like, yeah, would you have any like words of wisdom to encourage someone who's
yeah.
maybe thinking about doing that?
I think the biggest thing that I said after I started was, I wish I didn't wait this long.
Mm.
So for anyone who's in a job that's like really wearing you down, that is, I think a lot of people say that, but that is my biggest advice. Like, don't wait that long to do it.
Mhm.
Um, because yeah, it just, once I saw the difference, even just in day-to-day life with this job versus what I was doing before, I was like, oh, I should have done this sooner.
Mhm.
But it is, I'm not a risk taker. Like that is not my personality at all.
Mhm.
That is very much Bo. So, but yeah, just don't wait too long to do it for sure. And then like there's so many resources for stuff like this.
Mhm.
Even if you don't want to do Airbnbs, like just do some digging and try to figure out what industries need, what their problems are, what's a common problem, and then how you can fill it.
Mhm.
It takes time, but yeah, just do some digging and yeah, don't be too scared to take the risk.
Yeah. And I remember you saying when you decided to pitch through emails, you were like, what's the worst they can do is
Yeah,
say no or not write back. And either way,
yeah,
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that wasn't that painful. So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, I
just
think
try.
that that was one thing I definitely underestimated was pitching because like I said earlier, it's just like you get so many junk emails, you just delete. And so I thought, how is this going to be effective? But when I was taking copywriting classes and they talked about pitching, they're like, so many business owners know they know they need someone to help them write things.
Mhm.
But to try to go out and find someone that they trust, like it's so much work. So
Mhm.
if you just land in their inbox and they happen to need you, like that's best case scenario
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it saves them a lot of time too. So yeah, just not being afraid to do that because it's an email. So if even if they say no, like through email, it doesn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't
yeah,
feel like rejection in the same way, probably.
no,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you start to get people that you've done work for refer you to their friends or their friends to you to where you're getting work from other jobs you've done?
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that with the Airbnb community, especially like the hosts I talked about that are really in it. They definitely keep in contact because even when I went to do work for one, they're like, "Yeah, we reached out to your previous clients." Like they looked at my
Mm.
portfolio
Oh,
and
cool.
so they all like they really keep in contact with each other because I also think they have a lot of issues with influencers
Mhm.
coming in and like taking advantage of whatever, like not delivering what they promised to deliver or just different things like that.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure it's someone who's reputable and who will like, they'll give you the content and they'll do it on time. Like
Yeah.
so that's kind of cool. And I've been able to get some work through ones I've worked for before because yeah, they refer. So that's been fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, what about, have you thought about doing a podcast?
Yeah. Yes, I have. Funny you should ask.
Is that what that
Yeah.
microphone's all about?
Yep, that's right. Well, Bo bought this microphone in like 2020, so it's just been waiting for a podcast.
Mm.
Well, he does, I should say, he does his pod during fantasy football with his friends in their league. So it has gotten some use. But yes, yes, a pod is coming. I'm not a pod poser. It is coming. But I think it's been another, I was talking about imposter syndrome, and I feel like this pod is kind of like a further proof to myself, like, you can do this. You're creative. It's something you love. I love listening to podcasts.
hmm
Um, and I love the idea of just using it as a form of connection, especially with friends that are all over, like you guys in New York.
Yeah.
And we have friends that over the last year have taken assignments in different parts of the world. So, like, that would be a fun way to stay connected. But yeah, it's just like proof to myself that this is a fun creative outlet
Yeah.
and there's no pressure, which is why it hasn't happened as quickly as
hmm
most of my projects. Because I want it to be like a more of a passion project, less of like, I don't want it to be work. I
Yeah.
want it to be fun.
Yeah.
That's what we've
So,
tried to do. It is like there could be more planning that we did as far as like how we were gonna deliver it, but the actual like recording a podcast, you just had to like get a microphone and start talking. And like those first couple episodes with Melissa were just like us just talking about our weekend pretty much. But then you realize how you talk to each other, and then it gets more comfortable, and then you feel like you can have a guest and not just be like stammering over your words. And
yeah,
but yeah, you got to just jump in.
Yeah.
just do it. Just got to do it. Yeah, I've got some ideas lined up. So, I'm hoping within this next month the first pod will drop, but
Cool.
Um, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully
That's
we can
exciting.
squeeze it in. But yeah, it's been fun. It actually started, I had a friend in the beginning of the year do like one of those little collage vision board ideas. And that's on like my vision board is right above
Mm.
right above my computer. And
hmm
it's got a girl with a little podcast microphone. And I had said that night. And like, I think that'd be so fun to have that. So trying to manifest it, make it
Make it
happen.
happen.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
similarly talking about potentially maybe someday. Not non-committal doing one
Yeah.
as well. But I have to say, like, I think it's something I never would have considered before Jake and Melissa did this because
Yeah.
like it is such a fun creative outlet. It's something that
Melissa's at the beach. She
yeah.
didn't quit.
Melissa
Sorry, I've got to say that.
Oh,
we are missing
Should have said that at the
Melissa.
top.
Yeah.
Melissa's at the
oh,
beach. She's not.
Melissa.
Yeah. She would
She.
normally be here. I'm filling in.
We're not fighting again or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
let
no
let
fighting.
the audience know Melissa's doing good. She's happy on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should have said that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like them doing it and seeing how much Jake is loving it and how much fun they have. And I love listening to it. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, and then, coming on every once in a while and filling in or whatever. Um, yeah, it's kind of made me feel like I wouldn't mind doing this too. And, everyone and their brother is starting a podcast
Not really.
or has
Yeah.
started a
They
podcast.
say they want to start a podcast, but they
And
don't.
then they
Yeah,
There's not
Oh,
that many
okay.
people that do podcasts.
that
So
we know.
that we
There are a
know.
lot of people who do podcasts.
I do feel like Chelsea will start a podcast. Actually, both you and Chelsea, both of you will start podcasts and put way more effort into it to where you'll run circles
Yeah.
around me and Melissa.
Maybe not like, but I think it opened my eyes to how much fun it can be. Where before I would have been like, oh, never in a million years would I want to do something like that. So yeah, I'm grateful for like having friends who do things creatively that inspire me and motivate me and make me feel like, oh, maybe I could do something like that. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think I'm having a hard time like pinpointing or articulating what I really want from the podcast because so the podcasts I listen to, I feel like I have one layer of them that's like all learning, whether it's about like communication. It's about the brain. I don't know, just like
Mhm.
deep things. And then I have this other side that's just literally conversation, funny. And so I'm like, okay, I want like a fusion, but I just want it real. Like I don't
Yeah.
want it rushed. So I don't know if I don't think I said my podcast name is the Slow Burn Social Club.
Love it.
And the reason for that is I'm like, I want, like, everyone loves slow conversations where you're just like campfire chats. That's what I
Mhm.
picture is a campfire chat where you're just chatting about nothing, but it's the best time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have friends who have really cool hobbies, are super good at different, like, artistic things. And I think that that's a fun way to get to share that with others, like ask them about that. So it's, I don't know, it's like a fusion because I want it to be slow and like the whole, long story short, short story long. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want that vibe, but at the same time, I like a little bit of learning in there. I
Hmm.
like the pod you guys did about books. I loved that one.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting into reading more, and it was just fun to listen to.
Yeah.
So people who are really passionate about certain things, I think that that's fun to be able to share that.
Yeah.
And they're the most like sometimes it's fun, like me and Melissa and Chelsea, like laughing and it's just goofy. But I think my favorite are when there's like someone with a story or someone that has a cool job or like an experience. It just is, but then also not rushed where they can just tell the story and get it all out and then we edit it or whatever to make it, but that's the most fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. I find a lot of times when I'm listening to your pod, I'm like talking out loud to it. Like the last one, I think was about music, right? Was that the music
Oh,
one?
Jeremy, yeah.
Yes. And Melissa was talking about Olivia Dean, which I was like, yes, I love Olivia Dean.
Yeah.
And she's trying to describe her, and I'm like, I know how to describe her. Like
You're
I
like
was
verbally responding.
yes, in my car. I'm like, I know which for the record, this is how I would describe her. We'll add this in.
All right, yeah, let's hear it.
Yes, she reminds me of a female version of Leon Bridges.
Okay.
Oh.
That is because he is like soulful and a little
Mhm.
bit, I don't know, there's like I don't it's hard to put it in like you've listened to him,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
obviously.
love them.
Yeah.
Like yeah, same. And so I feel like she is the female version of him. And
Okay,
she actually sings a song with him too.
cool.
Oh, I
So
didn't
it's
know
pretty
that.
good.
I just
Yeah.
like the way she is on stage. I love the way
Yes.
she moves and like dances and presents herself.
I still don't know who she
She's
is.
really unique
Hmm.
in her
Yeah.
style, I feel like. But yeah, I love her.
Mhm.
She sings, I feel like you would recognize her song.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
she's got a
She's got
couple
a
songs that
couple.
are
Cool.
hits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, so I'm talking out loud to your pod as I'm driving. Just like I
that's
love
great.
that. So that's yeah, I love just listening to yeah, conversations and people talking about things that they're passionate about. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big motivator too, because when I mean, friends from all over the world and you learn so much from them, you're like, okay, let's share this. Like
Yeah,
more people want to hear this.
yeah,
That's
it is
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd do good.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea would do good.
Yeah.
And then I would just quit because
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'll have
No,
a podcast.
yeah.
yes, we need
In the
more of
future, everyone has podcasts.
Yeah.
That's how we communicate.
yeah. There, okay, a few other, I'm like having flashbacks to other pods.
Mhm.
One other thing that I laughed so hard was Melissa reading her chat GPT
Yeah,
history.
that was good.
Died at
Yeah,
that.
that was really
It
good.
was like, what has less calories, vodka or gin?
Yeah.
What best drinking for
Yeah.
losing weight or something?
Yes, I loved that. Ate
Yeah.
that right up.
Yeah.
And then it might have been the same episode where you were wearing overalls and she just could not
Oh
get
yeah.
over
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
overalls. Like they became a part of your personality. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Those overalls really have become a part
She's
of his
like,
personality.
you can't, you become that. You don't just get to wear overalls and
Yeah.
then be nothing.
You become the guy.
Chelsea hates him, by the way.
Did you leave it did you leave it in when you like when she was like, get up, I need to see those? And
yes,
he left it
Did I?
in.
Oh, man.
I think so.
I might have.
I feel like she needed like a twirl or something.
Oh
She
yeah.
did. She
She
asked for a
needed to
twirl.
see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I thought I took that out
I
on
thought he
purpose,
would
though.
cut that.
I thought I did.
Oh,
Maybe I didn't.
maybe you take
Or
it.
maybe he cut out actually standing up and being
Yeah,
like,
she just
okay.
Or
she
maybe
mentioned
I was gonna cut it, and then I was like, oh, I don't look too bad.
yeah,
Keep it in. It
yeah,
stays.
It's fine.
because I feel like the overalls came up like 4 times in the
Yeah.
pod. And I actually considered, I'm like, do I wear overalls on this pod? But I would have to do it if Jake was.
And
So
good.
next
Yeah,
time.
we could have all worn overalls.
I
Yeah.
know.
Jake is
I'm gonna buy more
obsessed.
too.
Oh gosh. He is obsessed with those overalls. He wears
So
them
comfy.
that's what he says every time. So comfy. They're just
Yeah.
so comfy.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's great, but like sometimes so comfy doesn't look so good. And he doesn't care.
I don't
Nope.
care.
Mm-mm. When
But then other
comfort is
people are like
involved.
love the overalls. So it's a mixed bag. Like some people
Yeah.
are, well, the person that should matter the most doesn't like them. And then other people
I
like
don't
them.
listen, I am in favor of wearing things that you love. Whether I like it or not doesn't really matter. But
Settle.
Yep.
there is you weren't going to change it
No.
already. But I think oh man, I lost my thought. I think oh, I lost my thought when you said settled.
Sorry. I settled it.
Yep. That's it. That's all I have to
If you
say.
think
I love
about it,
it.
we'll cut it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this was fun.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I know. So fast. Thanks, guys.
I feel like it
Yeah,
was
thanks for coming on.
so insightful what
Yeah.
you had to share.
Yeah, super.
And now I have to figure out a song while you guys are
Yes.
All right, you want to start?
Sure. I'll start because I'm prepared.
All
I
right.
thought about this.
Oh, yeah.
My personality. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. First of all, it's so hard to narrow down, but I just went with things I'm listening to right now. So, first of all, after seeing Project Hail Mary, I don't know if you guys saw that,
Mhm.
but after that, Sign of the Times
Mhm.
by Harry Styles has been on repeat in our house.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that scene was so iconic,
Mm-hmm.
so good. So that's my first one.
All right.
And then my second one is End of August by Noah Kahan. That his album just dropped. That's the first song on the album,
Mm.
and I love it.
Mm.
It's really good. So yeah, those are my
Awesome.
two.
All
Love it.
right.
Side note, Signs of the Times. We got in the car after we watched that movie, and Jake was like, "What was that song?"
It's like sounds really good.
Yeah, and I'm like, "It's Harry Styles." He's like, "What?"
Oh,
I know.
Like, dang it, I like a Harry Styles song.
I don't mind that. It was a
I
good song.
know.
Yeah, it's a
Took
good
you
one.
by surprise. It also got added to my karaoke playlist
Mm.
immediately. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
Yeah,
adding that.
yep, that's a good
cool.
one.
I'm gonna go with one of my favorite old time bands, Social Distortion, and they just put out a new album on Friday. So I'm just gonna do two songs from that album. Walk Away, Don't Look Back, and No Way Out.
Okay, cool.
Oh, one more. They cover Wicked Game from Chris Isaak. It's pretty good.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna
It's
have
good.
to listen.
All right, I'm only gonna do one. Someday We Will Dream About Today by the Sways. It's a song I found on Instagram. I really
Yes.
liked it.
All right.
So I looked it up and I've been listening to
Yes.
it.
I
Cool.
love that one too.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
This was fun.
Yeah, thank you for coming
Yes.
on.
Is Bo
Thank you
there?
guys. No,
Oh.
he's out to dinner with his siblings.
Oh,
So,
All
nice.
right.
but he did say to say hi. So you can get him on the next pod, talk
Yeah.
about something.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be on like a sports pod, I think.
Yeah,
So
he
we'll
will
work it
he will
out.
love that.
Cool.
Yeah. We
Good,
enjoyed
good.
this.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was gonna tell you something. What we were just talking about?
Real quick, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you like about waffling?
Oh, so are we gonna leave this in?
Yeah.
Okay, so every week, Kelsey and I so I do this with a few friends. Do you do it with a few friends now?
I do not video. You're the only
Okay.
one I do video with, but
Okay.
like voice message, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
I have a list of friends.
Yeah.
So,
On Wednesdays, this came from a friend here sent me a video on Instagram of this guy that's like, hey, every Wednesday, me and my close friends send each other a little video just updating on the week. And we send like pictures and things. And so she sent it and she was like, let's do this. Well, since then I've implemented it with a few people and Kelsey's one of them. And Honestly, Wednesday has become one of my favorite days. I really feel like these are mini podcasts that I'm
Yes.
getting. And it does feel a little weird when you first do it, like you're recording yourself talking to yourself,
Mhm.
but you are talking to your friend. And so I think once you get past that feeling of like, this is a little awkward, um, it's fun. It's like, and I usually do it when I'm driving because that's like the most convenient time to get it done, or like right when I get home from something. But yeah, I think like what I missed the most when I moved here years ago was not being in the day to day with my friends
Mhm.
and like knowing all the little things, like what they were doing on the weekend and a funny story that happened. And it's like, yeah, you think you're going to keep in touch enough to know those things, but you don't. The reality is you don't. Life gets busy.
Yeah.
So this is just a way to like do that, keep in touch. Sometimes it's a 2 minute video, sometimes it's a 10-minute video.
Yeah.
It just depends on what's going on in life. But yeah, it's become like one of my highlights of my week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I love it. I think the biggest thing too is, well, we're just all busy. We're all busy. It's hard to stay in touch. A lot of my close friends here, we do voice message regularly. Like my sister-in-law, we voice message basically every day. So you do get those little like funny things that happen or whatever. But like the video, something about seeing your friend is like so endearing.
Mm-hmm.
And with not being, we don't live close to you guys.
Yep.
So I felt like it's been such a cool way to like keep the friendship going
Yeah.
and get to see you and hear about your week. So yeah,
Yeah.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
recommend.
Cool.
And that's what I was going to say. You read my mind. I was going to say, I'll waffle you tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. We'll waffle it up.
Cool.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks. It was
Yes.
fun.
Thank you guys. It was
See you
so good
soon.
to see you.
Yeah.
You too.
Bye.